I watched and read a lot of media reports from the West and also from within Indonesia, which sounded like they were being influenced by the West. And quite frankly, Aceh sounded like hell on earth. Nonetheless, I really wanted to visit Aceh, so I did. And you cannot imagine what I found there.
Bagi banyak bule, kata Aceh langsung memunculkan satu gambaran yang sama, Islam yang keras dan menakutkan. Persepsi ini terbentuk bukan dalam semalam, melainkan hasil dari narasi panjang yang dibangun oleh media internasional selama puluhan tahun. Aceh sering digambarkan sebagai wilayah tertutup, ekstrim, dan tidak ramah bagi orang luar, apalagi non-muslim. Namun, ketika bule datang langsung, justru malah dibuat tertampar dengan fakta aslinya, bahwa ternyata Aceh tidak seburuk dan semengerikan seperti yang diberitakan media barat.
I'm an Australian man who was brought up with no direct religious influence. Nonetheless, I recently decided to spend a couple of months in Aceh, Indonesia, an area made famous, well, unfortunately for the Great Tsunami of 2004, but also because they currently live under a brand of Sharia law. I watched and read a lot of media reports from the West and also from within Indonesia, which sounded like they were being influenced by the West. And quite frankly, Aceh sounded like hell on earth. Nonetheless, I really wanted to visit Aceh, so I did. And you cannot imagine what I found there. These people are so kind, they're so friendly, it is mind-blowing. I want to share with you one anecdote of what happened to me on New Year's Eve 2022. I was in the little township of Sabang, which is on Way Island, or sometimes called Sabang Island, and I was just trying to find some food, and not much was open. And I eventually found this little, like a street stall on the side of the road. There was a bit of rice there, a bit of chicken, some vegetables, and it was kind of attached to this family's little house. There was like a courtyard there where they were kind of sitting. And I'm like, oh, you know, can I have some chicken? Can I have some rice? Like, sure, have some chicken, have some rice. So I sat down with them. I can speak a bit of Indonesian, so I was speaking with them for maybe 15 minutes, eating my chicken, eating my rice, just, you know, how you doing? And after 15 minutes, I said, okay, I got up. Okay, how much do I owe you? What's the bill? And they're like, tidak bayar, which means don't pay, no paying. I'm like, are you sure? Okay, well, thank you, very generous. And then the father said, on one condition, you come to our party tonight. And I'm like, yes. Will you have karaoke? They're like, yes. I'm like, what time?
Ya, bisa terlihat dalam video, semua bayangan menyeramkan itu mulai runtuh begitu tiba di Aceh. Alih-alih merasa terancam, bule justru merasa diterima. Warga lokal menyapa dengan sopan, dan menunjukkan rasa ingin tahu yang tulus. Suasana kota terasa tenang, dan jauh dari gambaran keras yang selama ini mereka bayangkan. Beberapa bule bahkan mengaku merasa malu dengan prasangka mereka sendiri. Mereka sadar bahwa ketakutan selama ini tidak berdasar, dan hanya hasil dari informasi sepihak. Realita Aceh yang mereka lihat langsung benar-benar menampar ekspektasi awal. Dan gak cuman bule tersebut, bule yang lain juga merasakan hal yang sama.
Here are 3 things that really surprised me in Indonesia's most conservative province, Aceh. I didn't know what to expect before going to Banda Aceh. I just knew they have strict rules on dress code and public behavior. And so, number 1, the people. We got invited to a celebration by a stranger on the street. What's the celebration here?
Fisherman celebration.
The people there showed us around the port, their boats, and were just so friendly.
And we share, eat together.
Oh, that's nice.
Or they bring family also.
Same thing happened at the bike rental as well. The owner invited us to stay for coffee, hang out with them, and try his wife's cooking. It was a durian dessert, so we were really amused by its smell. Oh, I feel the smell!
Yes,
Yeah, it is. But it was delicious. Honestly, everyone we met in Aceh was kind and welcoming. Number 2, the coffee culture. Aceh is one of the biggest coffee production regions, and so there's a huge coffee choice in stores. Iced coffee latte. Pandan, sugar, coconut, so cool. And coffee shops literally on every corner. And since I love coffee, it was amazing to try it all. Great coffee. Wow. Their specialty is lemon coffee, where they add lemon juice to a black coffee, and oh my gosh, it tastes so good. Oh, so fresh. Number 3, Baitur Rahman Mosque. The main mosque of Banda Aceh is a really special place, as it was the only building that survived the huge tsunami back in 2004 when the whole city was wiped out, and this mosque was the only building still standing. So now it's obviously a very special feeling to be there. I think we've officially found the most beautiful place in Aceh.
Ya, tentu saja, dengan semua pengalaman yang mereka rasakan di sana, rasanya seperti tertampar oleh realita yang sebenarnya. Di semua pemberitaan media barat, tempat seperti Aceh yang menerapkan hukum syariah memang selalu disorot hanya dari satu sisi, tanpa konteks budaya dan sosial yang utuh. Berita-berita sensasional lebih sering diangkat dibandingkan kehidupan sehari-hari masyarakat Aceh yang sebenarnya. Akibatnya, bayangan bule tentang Aceh menjadi sangat ekstrim. Mereka membayangkan Aceh sebagai tempat yang keras, dingin, dan tidak punya toleransi. Beberapa bahkan mengira Aceh adalah neraka bagi non-muslim, tempat di mana wisatawan asing akan diperlakukan dengan buruk atau bahkan diusir. Cerita-cerita ini menyebar luas di negara barat, tanpa pernah menginjakan kaki ke Aceh. Namun kisah bule yang benar-benar datang ke Aceh justru membantah semua itu. Propaganda dan prasangka runtuh ketika mereka melihat Aceh yang damai, ramah, dan manusiawi. Fakta di lapangan menunjukkan, selama pengunjung menghormati adat dan norma setempat, Aceh menyambut siapapun dengan tangan terbuka.